Well, it is out with the orange and in with the white. The top of the Space Needle has a fresh coat of paint, the first step of returning to its normal shade of astronaut white. Crews started to paint the roof last week to cover up the Needle's galaxy gold color, which honored its 60th anniversary last year.
It really was a beautiful day for those crews, those painters to be up there.
Yeah, got to keep things dry. Yeah, definitely do. And it's still pretty decent as far as temperatures. We're comfortable. We're going to get a little warmer tomorrow. Then we get back into seasonal ranges. Now, that's going to be great for some. Others are going to be like, it's a little chilly here this upcoming weekend. I think the only day we really have to be concerned with that a little bit will be on Saturday. Extra clouds around that time. We could keep a few more spots in the 60s. Overall, though, we're still talking about a pretty nice evening if you're heading out to the Athletics and Mariners matchup here. This is going to be the last game of the series. Temperatures starting off in the mid-70s, eventually dropping down into the mid-60s by the end of the game. That starts up at 6:40 later on this evening. A little bit of a wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Check out this shot right here. This is our Queen Anne camera looking out over Seattle. You can see a little bit of a wiggle to the camera, a little wind out there, but also I wanted to point out off behind, of course, the skyline off into the distance, you don't see a good shot of Mount Rainier. You have those clouds that are over the Cascades right now, some towering clouds too, which are putting down some rain in some spots, including one particular wave that is moving through parts right there of the South Cascades heading closer to Mount Rainier. Now, temperatures elsewhere where we don't have those clouds, of course, are pretty warm, mid to upper 70s, 80s even, showing up in Shelton right now at 81. And the shower activity is not too widespread, but we have that one particular cluster that's now beginning to move closer to Mount Rainier. So I think overall we're going to keep a lot of these showers up into these parts, but southern parts of more of King County, parts of Pierce County, the foothill areas right here, Greenwater around areas such as maybe just outside of Buckley. Could keep an eye out for a quick shower with this, but we'll start to die off quite quickly once we see the sun set later on into the night. High pressure still moving in, and that's going to help with the warm up even more so tomorrow as it's pretty much right overhead for us. Now, looking at future radar, you can see those showers, they die off. Looking off towards the west, you start to see some of those colors, those white milky colors, they're moving on to the coast. And that's going to be the marine air that will keep things cooler than what they were today out along the coast, while out farther to the east here, you can see parts of Puget Sound are going to stay fairly warm. We're actually going to be a little warmer. Future radar shows some of those showers and storms redeveloping up here across the Cascades, then they die off. Then there goes Saturday right there. You can see early into the morning, we'll have this band of clouds that'll move on by. Really weak system, but it does increase the cloud coverage for Saturday. Could even see a quick sprinkle out of that here closer to Puget Sound. Most of the moisture will be up across the Cascades and the mountains. That will head eastward, and then behind will be a drier air mass, but will also be slightly cooler as we'll continue to keep highs more so in the low 70s as opposed to some of those low 80s we'll have on the way for tomorrow. Forecasted lows tonight dropping down into the 50s. Highs tomorrow around 65 in Anacortes, Oak Harbor at 63, upper 70s around Linden, 76 in Mount Vernon, some 80s farther south here in Bellevue, around Issaquah and in Renton, and South Sound will call for highs around the low 80s. While, check out these numbers closer to the coast. Mainly 50s and 60s with 59 at Ocean Shores and 58 in Long Beach. Here's your 7-day forecast. We'll keep those highs in the low 70s all the way, it looks like, after tomorrow, Saturday through next Thursday.